As graduation season comes to an end, it is the beginning of a whole new adventure for the class of 2023 as they head out into the world. And while it is a really exciting time, it can also be a little daunting. And with big life changes like this, there's also some anxiety that can come along with it. So Rashard Skinner, Executive Director and Therapist at Sapphire Therapy, is joining us today to talk about this, how to navigate the road ahead for your kids and also for parents as well. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So what are you telling parents at this time when their kids are heading off, they're graduated from high school, heading out into the world? What are some of the tips that you're giving your parents that you
The biggest tip I give them is like, this is what you've trained your kids to do. So a lot of times you get in the habit of making decisions for kids, getting up, getting in the morning, making breakfast, that kind of stuff. But remember, you've done all these things for a reason. And this is the reason. Now is the Super Bowl of parenting, for you to let them go out and be adults.
And that's it. You just have to, you sort of have to trust that you've done a good job.
Worked out, right? Yeah.
What about the stress that your kids are going through? I think as parents, you know, and as adults, we look back and we know it was a stressful time, but then we've gone out into the world and it's like, it's all good. You know, there's some bumps along the way.
Yeah.
But what if you wanted to get your kids into therapy and talk to so they could like talk to someone like you, what is the best way to broach the subject of therapy with your kids?
The best way to do it is to talk about their motivation and let them understand it's their decision. Just like you pay for them to play a sport or pay for them to wear a certain outfit, therapy is the same way. You're just paying for another service for them, another thing that they can do. And they need to understand that it's independent of whatever you tell them. A lot of parents think that it's about, if I get my kid in, this therapist will fix them, or this therapist will tell me what's going on. But therapy is not like that. Therapy for your children is just for them only. They get to talk about whatever they want to talk about. So if you can get that point across that I'm just paying for something else that you own, they'll be more likely to get into it.
Wow, and it is very much that patient-therapist confidentiality. So for kids, they know that they can say whatever they want. And
they can say whatever they want, whenever they want to say it, you know, as long as it's not like harmful or anything. But, you know, they could complain. You know, I've had kids come in and like, I don't want to say about my mom because I'm like, I'm not a narc or a spy here. You don't have to, you know, I can just tell me whatever. And it just stay between us, you know. And there's always that one trust statement they make to see if you're really about this. And a lot of times the kids want to be in with their parents first to make sure this is a okay thing, which is fine too.
And that's what happens. You would get the parents in with the kids and everyone would sit down together and then the kids are allowed to say, all right, parents, get on
you
out.
You can leave out it. Yeah, I got it from here. And the kids love that part because it gives them that sense of control they don't have in their day-to-day life, where it's like, well, I got to go when the bell rings. I got to get up and go here. But in therapy, the kid is in control of what goes on in the session.
Yeah.
And the therapist is there to help them work through that.
Oh, it's so good. And I know at Sapphire Therapy, you help families through all aspects of the challenges that they might come across, you know, from grief and marriage counselling and, of course, helping kids. What would you say is something in general that you tell people when it comes to improving mental health?
The one thing I've always told people, you need to accept the world the way it is and not try to change things about situations, or don't compare your life the way you think it should be. You know, this is kind of where life is what it is. You just adapt and move towards your goals in certain ways. And a lot of times people look back and have regrets. And they bring that baggage with them, a baggage of regrets. And sometimes you just gotta let it go and say, you know, from here, I can move here forward. And that's pretty much what I try to tell people all the time. Just know you haven't made every bad decision in your life. You've made some good moves, and we'll just go with those.
And you know, sometimes it was the best decision at the time. In hindsight, maybe not, but then it's like, I like that.
You did have that knowledge at the time. Now you have the know-how, you change.
So leave that baggage of regrets behind and like move on from now. That's a really good tip. And I know people can contact you if they want to find out more about navigating therapy. You can contact you directly.
Yeah. Health insurance. Oh.
I know we've got this little bowl here.
I bring toys.
Now this is something you use in your therapy sessions, isn't it?
Yes, I do.
Okay. How does it work?
This is a Tibetan singing bowl.
Yep.
The idea, you know, you've seen on TV where they bring in their own, you know, I want the knife, that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
But the idea is to do it without tapping it.
Okay.
But the only way to do it is to be calm when you start. And the calmer you are, the quicker to sing.
That's singing. Okay, so I have to be calm.
Yes.
You know I want to try this, but I don't know how calm I am. I mean, I have a lot running through my head. I've got like another shoot later on. I've got an edit.
See how it goes. Focus on the bowl.
Wait, I hear it.
Focus only on the inside of the bowl. Oh, no.
It went on the inside. All right,
No,
you
just
know
you
what?
focused on the inside.
Oh my goodness me. You know what? You can reach out to Rashard at Sapphire Therapy online at sapphiretherapy.org or give them a call. The number is 281-714-5121. And if you follow Rashard on Instagram, I'm going to keep trying this, at that's.helpful and say that you heard about Sapphire Therapy on Houston Life, you can get access to Sapphire Therapy's free parenting classes and a free 15-minute consultation. So take care of you. And I need some Zen time. I'm going to go be Zen. I'm going to be Zen. Oh, almost got it.
I think you're doing just fine at Mel Camp. Nicely done. In fact, I feel a little more relaxed after watching that. So in case you were wondering, Sapphire Therapy does take insurance. You can head to their website, sapphiretherapy.org, to check your insurance benefits and give them a call to schedule your free 15-minute consultation.